A lot of people will read this and say, even young ones will say,
"Oh, I can't control myself." I don't care if you have ADHD, and I just don't like it because it just doesn't, like I said, it does not inspire change.
Hyperfocus is a superpower. What's up, baby?
What the fuck is up, baby?
There's a guy that posted on Reddit.
Let's get into it here.
And it was about ADHD. And I'm gonna go back, and I'm actually gonna show you the screenshot of this too, but it said, what screams I have ADHD, right? Actually, no, that's not. I'm gonna post this up here, but this person said
He in his little quote line, he says, "I'm non-neurotypical, diagnosed with ADHD at age 40."
and the question was, do people with ADHD
Think differently? I don't know. Let's find out.
Of course, he said, yes, we do, because everybody says that. That's the brand. It's like, yo, we think differently.
This video is sponsored by me, because who else is gonna sponsor these hot girl booty cheeks right now? They're just so fucking warm.
Which, of course, we do. Yeah, everybody knows that. And he brings up that the best way to describe it is to
Train versus taking a car. Says, you go through 4 stations, I'll drive down 46 roads. We both might end up at the same place, but sometimes I'll get lost. I'll get stuck in traffic, or occasionally I'll be able to get straight to where we need to be.
It's a bit abstract, but
An ADHD person, there are hundreds of connections in every conversion, and it's not so much an A to B direct process. That's the thought process, to be exact.
we get what it means, all right? I completely understand it. But
The ADHD brain, we're all over the fucking place.
he says, we're regularly struggling to separate many thoughts, all seemingly happening at the same time. When we excitingly babble, we have no idea what the link is between topics. We're not aware of why this would be confusing for you.
It's just our brain interrupting ourselves.
Why would it not be confusing? If it's confusing for you, then it would be confusing for the other person. So of course, we can understand, because you get. So when I was a kid, I could never think, or I could never keep a conversation going.
Because I would think like 10 things, or I would go blank because I'm thinking about something else. It was frustrating for me. It had to be frustrating for the other person, that they were just like, what's wrong with this guy?
This guy's weird, you know?
All over the place. We're talking about this, we're talking about that, we're talking about this, we're talking about and
He said, on the plus side, we know a little bit about a lot of things, and we can bring different perspectives.
which, duh.
On the downside, it's a constant struggle to stay on topic. You know, all this is going on
In our heads all the time, and while we have more thoughts than a neurotypical person, we don't have any more bandwidth. So unless we butt in and blurt out everything we're thinking, because what were you thinking, huh? What were you thinking?
Those thoughts will slip away from us, which is true. You can lose. Sometimes I'll think of something, and then if I don't say it immediately, I completely forget about it. And that's just.
Do you ever get interrupted and forget what you're going to say? That's us all the time. That Right All the Time was sponsored by the Hodge twins. They don't know it yet, but it is sponsored. Just kidding.
But it's our own brain interrupting ourselves. It's so frustrating. Well, I can see where it's frustrating, but sometimes you gotta think random thoughts run through your brain and they're probably just not that important, right?
As long as I'm caffeinated up, I get dialed the fuck in, baby.
He says, this is where it gets frustrating for me. He says, we also often get what they call hyperfocus.
Hyperfocus. Where all other thoughts and concerns are ignored and we are 100% on one thing.
Which I do agree. I mean, we don't care about the past, future, anything else except
this one task or topic. The downside, we can't control it. Ha, ha.
That's what I don't like, saying I can't control. Basically admitting defeat.
No, I can't control myself. I don't agree to that, sir. I think it's absurd.
Oh, I have ADHD, this controls me, I don't control it.
I just don't like it because it just doesn't, like I said, it does not inspire change. Some little kid is going to look at this, or some young adult that's already having problems and say, you know what, if he can't control it, then you know what, my life's over too. If his life is fucked, my life's fucked too. So it's not good for anybody to think like this. You have to learn how.
So maybe I'll make a spreadsheet for the company that does all the KPI analytics and cross-references.
To show a variety of visual indicators. Or maybe I'll spend the next 16 hours learning the kanji for various Pokemon. Hell if I know.
So you're just gonna just ramble on and do whatever the fuck your brain tells you to do. You're not gonna just sit here and say, okay, I'm gonna do this. What you're saying is you don't know what's important, so you're just gonna just do whatever the fuck comes to your mind.
Okay, why would you just do that? Why would you just allow yourself just to do whatever the fuck? If something's important to you, that you would stay on topic, my friend. Let's see, let's get back to this here. All I can say for sure is if I have a physics test tomorrow, I absolutely won't be able to hyper-focus on that. I won't.
Okay. Some people like to call this our superpower, but it's a busted one as far as most of us go.
Or I don't agree with that, right? Because this doesn't inspire hot girl, and not just hot girl, but holy hot girl fucking booty shit.
Sure, Clark Kent driving around when he randomly shifts to X-ray vision and doesn't know what color the lights are on. Is it useful? Sometimes. Often? Absolutely not. Well, it's clearly midnight where I am, so time to wrap up this answer and begin some in-depth Googling on how to farm chickens in the music of 1940s.
Oh, my life is so hard because ADHD runs my life, and
my mind wants me to learn a bunch of different shit, which, who cares? That's not a big deal. Going out and learning different things because you're inquisitive on something is okay, because that's what your phone is for. It's like, hey, I want to learn about this. That's cool. But whenever it comes to hyper-focus in general, if something's important to you, you're going to do it. Don't listen to somebody that says,
I don't have any control over anything.
I don't have control of myself. What he's saying is basically, my ADHD controls my life. I don't have any say-so.
You have what we like to call a high-performance little brain machine, and it likes to just spit out just random shit 24/7. And what you have to do.
What I said specifically was ADHD people like myself have to learn healthy coping mechanisms.
It's like a high-performance machine, and high-performance machines, they've got a lot of upkeep. So your upkeep is like running. You like to run a lot, you like to run like, let's say 10 miles or 1 mile. And then you got to eat healthy, you got to sleep, you got to, which I want to do right now.
You can control yourself. Saying you can't take control of your hyperfocus or that you have no control of things is admitting defeat, which I already said that, but you have
To manage yourself.
take control of your body and mind, and you'll be a force to reckon with.
Manage it.
And manipulate your mind and say, this is important, this is important, this is important, and
You will stay on task.
say it until your brain breaks. Okay, that's how you do it. You have to push the narrative on yourself because, yeah, sometimes maybe your brain is a little weak in a spot, but I can promise you,
Task, baby. Task. 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 Task.
if you keep going and you say, this is important, this is important, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, this is important, 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 your brain will eventually break to your will. It's not just this, it's like if you're negative and you have negative thoughts, and I've had negative thoughts when I was younger too, and I fought with those. And I said, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. You have to repetitively, basically, metaphorically, beat it and beat it, beat it. It's not just about a superpower. It's about survival, right? And if you're in that mindset, it's almost a survival mode instinct. It's almost like a fight or flight type of thing to where your brain thinks that you're all in on that, which is a good thing because you don't need to necessarily have this on all the time because I think it can be, takes a little bit more energy. And you have to be all in, and you can't do anything else. There can be a periods of, and the reason why I know this was because I have had to be in hyper focus for a prolonged period of time for my job or for whatever it is, and I know that if something is that important to me, I'm going to be there mentally, and regardless of whether it's a superpower or it's just me being dialed in, that's what it is, right? It's being dialed in. So I'm going to end this like this, in the tone of like, hey, I don't think this person necessarily is a bad person, but I think this person's mindset is a little skewed. And that mindset is not going to inspire others. That mindset is almost debilitating to say, I don't have any control. And you have to take control of your life. And yes, we all have weaknesses, we all have strengths, but I can promise you, if you go put the work in, you can make your weaknesses not seem so bad anymore. And you can make your weaknesses your strengths, and you can be a whole lot more level. But just because somebody says something, and like I said, so the response to this guy, or to me, this guy says back, and I wish you all the best with that, exclamation mark. I could be wrong, but it could be sarcastic or he could be legitimately sincere on that. Because I think
if something is important to you, you'll do whatever it takes.
So we need to go out and inspire change. Work on yourself. It's not over, baby. It's not over. You can't just be like, well, that's just romance my life. It controls it. No, you have. I don't care if you have ADHD. It's gonna be hard, but it's gonna be fun because you're gonna do that holy horrible shit. They're gonna get right. They're gonna get right because of little horrible cheeks. Horrible cheeks.
at the end of this video, baby, let's go out and do some motherfucking hot girl booty cheek shit, baby.
Motherfucking hot money chick shit, hot money chick shit, hot money chick shit, hot money chick shit. Thank you for watching me build domas.